This is Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell on the Forge Audio Network.
Forge fans, welcome back to another episode of Forge Daily. Today is July 6th, 2023. I'm your host, Mackenzie Barwell, here to give you all things Forge FC. A few things to get into today, including a little housekeeping note. Our next match is on July 15th, and it is dedicated to forging the future, which means we are looking for kids between the ages of 8 to 14 who are both outgoing and enthusiastic to fill some positions and be a part of our game day experience. I need someone to co-host the match with me, and let me tell you, it is a great time. We get to introduce the match, get up close and personal with the players as we interview them at halftime, and then talk to the members of the match. And trust me, it's family day. I don't want to do it alone. We also need some assistance public announcing, and same with the referees. So if you know anyone who would be a good fit, or you are a good fit, reach out to the Forge FC social medias via direct message or post using the hashtag #ForgingTheFuture. All that said, let's get back on track. The CPL's team of the week features none other than Kyle Bekker in the center midfield position. Unsurprising, of course, considering his performance last weekend against Halifax, scoring the equalizer in the 88th minute from distance and then setting the tempo for Forge, completing 44 of his 53 passes. Another training session this morning as the team prepares for Sunday's matchup against York United. I was able to pull Kyle aside this morning and ask him how he's feeling about the team's current form and what they might expect from York this weekend. Here's what he had to say during our conversation.
Yeah, I think there's no denying we're in a little bit of a sticky run of form, especially for what this club's used to. Obviously, we've had losses in the past, but this has been consistent. I think there's a frustration growing just because we're not playing, I guess, at the level that is expected of us and the level that we believe that we can be playing in. So I think there's a ton of work to be done, and since we've kind of come back from Halifax, the attitude's been very positive. So it's a good thing to see, and just looking forward to Sunday.
What are the kinds of things that you guys do in the locker room to keep each other motivated during these kind of dry spells?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is you have to have some tough conversations. It's never easy. I think when things don't go your way, it's easy to kind of just forget about things, move on. But I think in the hardest of times, you kind of have to look yourself in the mirror. You have to go over video. You have to have those difficult, long conversations with coaches and peers and just get everyone on the same page, because it's just coming down to little moments in each game. And it's just they've been piling up, so it feels like it might be bigger than it actually is. Mm-hmm. But there's no denying we have to get things right.
I'll shift gears here a little bit to your matchup on Sunday against York. A lot has changed in the league since you guys last played them. What are you expecting to see from them in terms of their performance recently? Yeah,
they're in a decent run of form, and we know they're always a tough opponent when we have a game against them. They always seem to get up for it. The last game we played against them was definitely a little bit of a heartbreak here. They scored that late one in I think seconds to go in the game. We had an own goal, giving up an own goal to start the game, going down 1-0, and those are the things you have to kind of have in the back of your head. We know they're going to be hungry for it. They want to stay towards the top of the table where they are right now, and we need to get the second half of our season on track, so we know it's going to be a battle for 90 minutes.
Okay, last question before we finish up. We just had a conversation about me getting to ask a question that I think will be entertaining for the fans. Kyle, the most important one. If you're not playing soccer professionally and you can play any other sport, what is it going to be?
Any other sport?
The wheels are turning. I can see it happening.
Okay. I think the easy, cheap answer I would have said in the past would have been baseball, just because those salaries are crazy. I think there's always something about packing a heater in the dugout. That would be I always thought was pretty funny.
Did you ever play baseball?
No, I wasn't a baseball guy.
So this is just a dream.
That was just strictly a cheap salary answer. Obviously, being Canadian, I think it'd be sick to play hockey. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I was the toughest little kid, so I don't know if I can crack it out there. But no, I think that would have been the dream for sure. My dad played hockey when he was a kid, and he played he was very competitive. He loved it his whole life, so I think that would have been something that would have been pretty cool.
And you would have gotten the really intense sideline interviews.
I mean, I still have that, so it doesn't matter what sport it was. I don't think we're missing that at all. So
that's all I have. Thanks, Kyle.
Perfect.
Okay, well, there you have it. Your Forge FC captain, Kyle Bekker, may be professional baseball or hockey player in another life, but probably best he sticks with soccer based on his response. Okay, one other note before we wrap up. Yesterday, the Hamilton Sports Group announced their new partnership with Wings Up, so you can grab yourself some wings at the next home Forge match on July 15th, as I mentioned earlier, or any Ticats game. But more importantly, they are presenting a fan-driven wing eating competition. So 2 lucky wing enthusiasts get to square off on the field and potentially win a trip for 2 guests to watch the Ticats game play on the road in Montreal. So, just something to keep an eye out for if that interests you. I'm not going to withhold any information from Forge Daily or our fan wing enthusiasts. That will wrap up today's episode of Forge Daily. Stay tuned for tomorrow because I am joined by York United alumni and One Soccer analyst Jordan Wilson once again. He is always so great to talk to. So thanks again for listening, and I will talk to you then.
This has been Forge Daily with Mackenzie Barwell. If you like what you heard, please like, follow, subscribe, comment, and share.